Today we're going to be talking about Ariel Sellers. That was her original name. It was changed to Isabella Kalua by her adopted parents. In this case, I will refer to her as her original name, Ariel. This case is out of the state of Hawaii. We think of Hawaii as a magical place that you go and visit. That's paradise. But this magical place has the same issues as all over the world, for that matter. Ariel's biological mother lost custody of her, and so they were adopted by a family along with her sisters, by a family that had all the checks done to get accepted, to be fit to adopt. I am not sure why, because here we are, and with them being arrested for murder of Ariel, even though they don't have a body. Yeah, in this case, there is no body, but we will get into how this was possible in some of the little information that we have so far. Isaac Sonny Kalua and his wife Lahula were arrested in September for murder of Ariel. Ariel's brave and heroic older sister came forward and talked about the abuse that occurred in that home, specifically to Ariel. They gave accounts of how food was withheld from the children. Ariel was hungry, would eat food when the adoptive parents were not looking. So the adoptive parents would say that Ariel was sneaking food. This was according to the sister, and all of this is alleged. This hasn't gone to trial, and so I'm just giving the information that has come out, and once it goes to trial, hopefully we know more. Sister gave accounts of what happened. It has been said online that the sister was 12 years old, so she's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and can articulate what was going on in the house. So the sister claimed that the adoptive parents would punish the little 6-year-old Ariel by locking her in a dog cage in the bathroom to punish her and prevent her from getting food. A child going hungry for a person like me, or possibly you, is extremely heartbreaking. This is a basic necessity that these parents would withhold from the children. It is a different type of low. And what is wild is these parents were considered clinically obese. You can see the pictures of them. So they were not skipping meals, but they thought that Ariel should starve in a cage like a dog. Like I said, a different type of low. I can't even say like a dog because everyone I know takes care of their dogs and they feed them. So Ariel was treated worse than a dog. And what kills me is, as mentioned, Ariel was 6 years old. That would make her, a kindergartner, a first grader. So she would have been fully aware of her situation. It was more clear than, say, a 1, 2, 3-year-old. I don't want to think about the endless tears she shed because of her cruel adoptive parents. What is moreover, these terrible people, in order to conceal her cries for help, her sheer not understanding why this was happening to her, so she would beg for help. They would duct tape her mouth. Locking her in a cage and depriving her of food was just not enough for them. She was just being way too loud. So what they would do is they would duct tape her mouth. It's just awful. These accounts by the brave sister prompted a search warrant of the home where they seized many items. Ariel was reported missing 30 days after she was last seen. She was believed to have been missing since August 18th, 2021. They marked this date of August 18th because it was the last time she was seen on surveillance camera. So they believe that she died pretty close to this date. The dog cage was not something that they had lying around, not something that was just collecting dust in the garage because they once had a pet. No, this was ordered on Amazon, which the sister remembered was odd because they didn't have a dog. So this was a cage ordered specifically for Ariel. These two geniuses premeditated their actions of locking Ariel in a cage. And they thought about this long enough to concoct this plan by ordering it and then setting it up. And when they could hear her cry out for help, they would put duct tape over her mouth. The sister would say she would see this. Not only her mouth would they duct tape, but they put duct tape over her nose. We can conclude that this couple was not the brightest, but I believe we all know, I believe they know, if you put duct tape over both the mouth and the nose, it deprives air to the lungs, resulting in death. So depriving her of food was not enough. Now it's her air. These parents are being charged with second-degree murder because unfortunately Ariel's body has never been found. But putting tape over the mouth and nose sounds like first degree to me. I get it. The prosecution is most likely able to get justice for Ariel with a lower charge. I am sure if they find her, they will up that charge. But this is where we're at today. The sister's account of when she saw her sister last alive is just terrifying. She states that she was woken up in the middle of the night around 3:30 a.m. There is something wrong with your sister, Ariel. She walked into the bathroom and she saw the adopted mom raise Ariel's lifeless body out of the cage and put her in a cold bath. We don't know why she put her in the bath, either to stop decomp or it was just to revive her. You know, we hear that all the time. These parents think that, oh, I damaged my kid, I'm just going to throw him in the shower and it's going to wake him up and everything's going to be better again. And unfortunately, a lot of these cases, that is not the case. The sister remembers her not waking up and was asked to pick her up and bring her into the parents' bedroom. Then, as they stand around, not calling 911, they tell the sister that she cannot say anything about this, and she has to keep this a secret that her sister is no longer alive. Just heartbreaking. So what happened next? Well, the foster dad, around this time, took off weeks of work, claiming that he had COVID. So these parents had so much time to hide evidence and make sure that no one in the household would say anything. They cleaned and hid Ariel so far from reach that to this day she has not been found. The parents are being held in jail with no bond. They have pled not guilty, of course, so this will go to trial. So the big question for me is, why did these adoptive parents even adopt multiple children when clearly they were bothered by the basic need of feeding them food and apparently breathing? This was not an accidental pregnancy that they had to deal with. This is months of approval and being cleared by a government agent to become a foster parent, to adopt. Maybe their intentions in the beginning were pure. I'm not sure. Maybe it was for money. I just cannot answer this question, but man, does it anger me that they made so many decisions which ended up in Ariel's death. So a judge has formally declared Ariel as deceased. So a civil lawsuit is in the works for the surviving girls. They deserve it, and they probably need it desperately. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that does come through. Before we part ways, I urge you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep Ariel's memory alive by leaving a pink heart, because her case seems to be dissipating. There is not a lot of information. If this case has even gone to trial, I have no idea. The last update was practically a year ago. So I'm just not sure what's going on. I am encouraging conversations about Ariel. If you found this episode impactful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like it if you like it, to hear more content and that challenges, informs, and it inspires. Thanks to all my channel members and my Patreons who continue to support me. If you would like to help decide the cases I cover next, you can do so by clicking the join button. Well, if you have made it to the end, you are a rock star, and I love you to death. There are more true crime videos in my Crimey Cases playlist for you to check out. Stay safe, my loves, and remember, if you see something, say something. Bye.